wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we got a special guest in the building.
Capital P.
Porsha is back. Porsha Williams, welcome.
What's good?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I was just saying, coming here this time of the morning, this is it. This is 9, 10. This is good.
You can
for
do
me.
that. You can't do the
The
6 in the
5
morning.
a.m.
The 5:30 you wasn't with?
Yeah, when I was guest hosting with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love you.
Oh,
I love you
too.
on this
Why?
show.
Is her
One of my
name Lauren,
favorites.
like your sister?
Yes, I love me a good Lauren.
Lauren.
Yes.
Laurens are special people.
They really are. I was just saying this morning how many I have. My assistant is Lauren. We have another stylist, Lauren. It's just Lauren's everywhere.
Lauren's everywhere.
You
Thank
look
you.
rich.
Thank you.
You giving glow,
the
giving
spirit is
money.
giving rich, honey. The spirit
Word.
is giving rich.
Back
Thank
on
you.
Housewives.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
3 years away from the show, and now I'm back. It's really exciting, to be honest with you. You know, like, each season when it comes, you never know what to expect. Like, am I excited? I mean, it's like, you know, feels like a job. But being away 3 years and coming back is really good for me because I get to see everybody who I had not seen on the show. You know, the fans are back. Housewife fans are back. And I don't know. It's just a big turn of events. You know, like when I first decided to come back to the show, I was like happily married. Like, ooh, I'm about to really show y'all something. You know, storyline gonna be extra popping.
Yeah, you post that Valentine's Day photo and was downhill from there.
Well, okay, all that. You better have the documented Instagram post. But yeah, it was like that. But as life is, you know, turn of events, it's not always perfect. And so by the time we started filming, that's when the real storyline started. So,
What
Why now,
happened?
though? Because you get a lot of money, Porsha. It's not like you need to be on
do.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
God has, you know what? God has really been good to me. 3 years away from
That's how you know
reality
somebody
TV.
getting money. God has been good to me.
Really good to
Okay,
me.
in spite of, okay? But no, you know, I have a certain relationship with my fans. I've been doing a show for 10 years, and they're really not fans. I call them supporters because they've been with me through everything, a divorce, giving birth to Pilar on TV, like ups and downs of life. And so, you know, I really felt like at the time it was going to be great to share my life, my happily married life, you know. But one thing about me and my fans do respect, I'm transparent. So even though it didn't turn out the story that I wanted to share,
Right.
I still was open with what I had.
I was saying before you walked in, and your team wanted me to tell you too. Don't forget your coat. Pull it down. It shifts up when you sit down. Yeah.
Okay.
But before you walked in, I was saying that I've never met you before, but from Instagram to the show, you just seem like my homegirl. Like, I want to drink with you. I want to party with you. I know so much about you because you are very transparent. I remember when you did the family series.
Family
that you
Matter,
had. Yeah,
Porsha's Family Matter.
it was kind of similar where you were so excited to show things, and then it just went left, and now we're here with the marriage stuff.
Well,
so.
I tend to put different mixes in the soup. Maybe I can't cook. Because why would I have put my fiance and my baby daddy on the same show?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it makes for great TV. I mean, even the time I had away from TV, my sister and I would always say, damn, we wish it was cameras here. You know what I mean? Because it's just, some people are just like that. And I've always been the type of person to use my life as a testimony.
Right.
So even though it's difficult for people to show their lives and talk about it, I get healing from it, you know, from meeting people to say, oh, I can relate to that, or I made some crazy mistakes in love too, or I believed a Negro one time too. Like,
Girl.
that all helps you process things.
So I want to know, let's start with the divorce, right?
Oh, let's do
People automatically
Great.
people
Top
assumed,
of the morning.
people assumed it was infidelity, but, you know, in the first episode, you talk about you would go to the airport and you would always get pulled to the side. And you got to the point you was like, why the hell do we keep getting pulled to the side?
Right.
Did you call ICE on Simon?
No, it doesn't benefit me at all for him to be locked up. Mentally and financially, it doesn't benefit me. You know, just because you're going through a divorce doesn't mean you hate someone. I hate actions. I hate lies. I hate a lot of characteristics, but I love the person, you know, and I would never wish harm on anybody. And at the end of the day, I know that he's the type of person, he's a slithering snake. He's going to find his way out of it. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Damn.
You know, and I pray for him, his family, and I hope they all figure it out.
But
But I called him.
you called him a snake, but the snake got you.
Yeah, they do. They get around you and that whole real tight. That whole real tight. But that's also me. I mean, I love love. And when I meet someone, I'm a Cancer. And when I meet someone who reciprocates that, nothing else really matters. It's how you make me feel. I'm very intentional. So if your intentions towards me feel authentic and it feels real, I'm going to trust that. And that's just how I live my life experience.
I do want to say, though, Porsha, you are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
So I can see why a man would want to be in this country illegally to be with you. So do you feel like it's kind of your fault, just a little?
I think it's the country's fault. I think he's having a whole issue that started before I was even born. That's unfortunately, it's just come to the shit didn't hit the fan. It just is what it is at this point. For
where
him.
is it at right now? Because the last reports were like he's detained, the citizenship was denied. Like, so where is he physically, and like what's happening right now?
So I only know as much as you guys know, and as much as what's online. As far as I know, they've been posting that he's still being detained. So
in Georgia.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that much. I just know I'm trying to finish my divorce. And I can't do that if I don't have a person to divorce.
Really?
So,
you got to be out to do it?
We need to be in court. Yeah. Well, he wanted to have our last court date, which was just a week ago. He asked for it to be in person. I didn't want it to be in person because I knew this whole thing. When I got enlightened about
you knew this whole thing, so you did call ICE?
No, I knew that he already had a peculiar situation with the United States of America.
Gotcha.
And so it wasn't going to benefit me or him for it to be in person. We had already done a year's worth of the divorce over Zoom. So why in person? Why are you fighting for that?
Girl, you would have showed up looking just like that too.
Who, me? To court? Oh, well, you got to give him that last look.
Yep, you would have.
Dang. Wow.
Period.
Now I don't want the divorce.
Now you can do. Now he also filed that he didn't want you to record in the house.
Yes. So I did.
But it was your house.
Yes, our house. So, I mean, I know he's explained it 1,000 different ways online. He has documented our entire divorce on the Simon Show online, and then I have the Housewives, I suppose. But, there is paperwork in place that would make it a marital property 50-50 split. Outside of that being enforced, it is a premarital property or whatever. But, I am on the other side of this. Like, we've been divorcing now through this process for a whole year. And, I've emotionally, it's caught up with what I had to do. Right. So, like, emotionally, I feel like I'm ready to be done with it. I'm ready to heal, ready to move on. But, here comes a reality show. So here's the part of my life where it gets interesting. I'm done with the divorce, but I had to deal with it. All the darkness on camera.
Oh, wow.
So it comes right back.
Yeah, and so now it has to come back. So now I have to be super prayed up. I have to be super vigilant of who's around me, of energies. I have to be very protective of my peace at this point because I know what I'm getting into. More than any other season, this season could affect me more than any other season.
And girl, this is your season. Like, I mean, you've always been, like, you, Kenya, Nene, Candy, y'all are the OG girls.
Yeah.
But right now, I think we're all excited because you have been away from the show. We know that Kenya eventually exits. Nene's not there. Candy's not there. So it's like we are looking for you to bring back how it used to feel. So there's so many eyes and people are going to critique it so much. So, like, what's the daily mantra with filming? Because these girls are not, they're not always going to give you that protected peace that you're talking about.
Well, no, because I just met a couple of them.
I know.
So
the show started with BS
already.
already.
They didn't know me to protect me. It was like, hey, girl, who you stole? I was like, wait, what? So, for me, I came back into this kind of feeling brand new. Not gonna lie. Like 3 years is a really long time from having cameras in your life on a daily basis. I was looking into the damn camera lens for most of the time. Like I was getting stumbling over words. It was like brand new Porsha all over again. Right. And then I just said, you know what? I talked to the producer. So this was collaborative. Me coming back, a big part of me coming back was collaborative. We had conversations, my husband or estranged husband and production about how I wanted to be, and how I asked them to be was completely honest. I asked them, can I break the fourth wall? Fourth wall on reality TV is saying I'm late because I had to film at my mama's house because it's a cease and desist on my crib. You know what I'm saying? So I told them, I said, listen, the only way I can do this is to just speak my truth and be 100% honest. You can edit what you got to do later. Right. But for me to get through this at this dark time and losing like my person, I have to be as honest as I possibly can. And they agreed to that. And I feel like they stuck with that. I got to see the show, but I feel like they stuck to letting me just live authentically.
Did you see the first episode?
I did see the first episode. I did.
What did you think? Because I feel like they got you walking into BS.
Yeah.
Like they show this whole grand thing, and you're working on this. You go into the attorney. You're doing everything.
Yeah.
And then you walk right into the bullshit.
Yeah.
Homegirl is like Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
It's like, why did she steal that lady's man?
right.
Husband.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, explain who Kelly is for people
Kelly,
that don't know
so
the show.
dang.
What housewife is Kelly?
Kelly she's one of the new girls. She owns a waffle business, and yeah, that's all.
So
I can remember.
I mean, listen. Real Housewives of Atlanta has never really let brand new people, possible fans of the show, be housewife first season. They normally play friends for a little bit, then become a housewife.
Right.
So when you have people who, she can be queen bee of wherever she's from, but you still feel like you have to act a certain way to be on Housewives. And I think that's what that moment was. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't know the story of me and Simon? Who doesn't know what actually really happened with that enough to say who stole what? Like, you know, so I just felt like she was wanting to have a moment. And I was dismissive of it. Like,
Ain't that whack of producers,
she's a little
though?
delayed.
Wasn't that whack of the producers, too, though?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So
Okay.
this season, the producers did not overproduce us. They really didn't. And that's,
They ain't
again,
have to from the start.
No, it really wasn't. Like, she felt that way. She felt like she wanted to ask me that, and she wanted to have a moment. But you look whack doing that, and she eventually straightens up. But you know, she had to. You know, as a new girl, she coming in thinking, I ain't gonna make a name. I'm gonna come for Porsha.
It doesn't seem like you too fond of her still after she straightened up. By the way,
We have a love and hate relationship. We
Okay.
have like we are literally like, what is it? Oil and water.
Oil and vinegar.
All
Is
the
it
vinegar, all the
vinegar,
vinegar, all the vinegar.
Maybe they don't none of them match, but baby, me and her, we kind of up and down with it.
Yeah.
It's not hateful.
So y'all make up because during that little party, you were like, I don't want to say little party, but during that party,
I don't know what
you
it's
was
gonna
kind of
look
like,
like. I think she and I argue a lot, but I don't know if it's gonna look as hateful as my arguments have been in the past.
Gotcha.
If you've known my history on the show, why I keep wanting to cuss so much this morning? Is it this outfit? I feel like with bitches. No, when women used to come to me on the show, I used to beef with them the whole season, and it got so dark. This season does not go that dark. We have funny moments. We talk about each other. We kiki, and yes, we argue, but it's not enough to break sisterhoods.
Gotcha.
I saw Dr. Simone Whitmore call you a mean girl. Why she say that about you, capital P? You so nice.
I don't know. I couldn't really understand what she was saying. I think Simone is reaching at straws. I mean, I don't know. I think Simone is full of it, just like that piece of doo-doo she had on her head. Like, she just, to me, she on her show, sometimes when you're on reality TV, right, she's an OBGYN. She started on the show and, you know, she was a regular person and now on the camera. Sometimes when you start lacking in story, you start lacking as a person individually, you start just reaching and coming at bitches who are on point. So she's lacking. So when people lack, they try to deflect and come to you.
We didn't see
I've
Mean Girl
never
in the
even
first
met this
episode.
person.
No, I wasn't
didn't
Mean
even-
Girl.
You never even met her?
I've never even met her.
Wow.
But
I've never met her.
I will say, I think a lot, even if you've never met her, because of how, like, it's been a lot of seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we all feel like we know you guys, so
Yeah.
maybe that's what she felt. I don't think you give mean.
No, I think
you don't give mean girl.
You
No,
don't
I think
girl.
me.
But you can definitely get with a bit. Like you hold your own.
If you knuck them up.
Yeah, you definitely do.
But that's the old Porsche. I take that back. I don't do that no more, right, Lauren?
We're
She's
not gonna
my
see that this
piece
season.
over
I've been
there.
looking forward to
But
it.
if somebody,
I mean, I do get sweaty.
but if somebody
I mean,
ducks in you bucks, that's actually of God.
Exactly.
That's right.
Well,
Because the first
nobody's.
law of nature is self-preservation. You got to defend yourself.
You have to defend yourself.
she gonna use that. In the
She gonna
special.
use
I
that.
like
She
that.
definitely
I remember
gonna use
that. I just like remember
That
that
was
real
a
quick.
guy.
Yeah. No, I think Mean Girl is when you have a cast member who had a death in their family and you are still hard on them. Sometimes you gotta know when someone needs a hug and not a lecture. And Simone does not have that sense at all. I just feel like she has been very mean and a little bit evil to some of her castmates.
Yeah, I didn't get Mean Girl from the first episode. I got late. You was late.
I was late.
But
I
I
was
didn't get
late.
Mean Girl. Are
I
you and Shamea
try
cool?
not to be late, but again, logistics, behind the scenes, things that you
just
will
got a
see
lot
and
going
things you
on.
don't know. I had to film at my mom's house because, you know, I couldn't film in my house at the time. And she lives out in Duluth, baby. And that was on a Friday in the rain.
So wait, before we go to your question, You're talking about filming at your mom's house in the house, because I saw online that you weren't awarded sole possession of the house.
So I was.
But you still can't film there.
So I was. So no, here's the thing. I could do what I want in my house. I could film like a whole porno in my house. I could do what I want, right?
All right.
Why you had to go there?
Heard you.
Of everything, you had to go there.
I know. I ain't had nothing in a while, so I just had to think about it. But okay, so I could do what I want in my house. Mm-hmm. However, he sent the cease and desist to Bravo. So when he sent that to Bravo, they don't want to play with that. So I needed to get a separate document that said I can film in the house to give to them, so they don't have to worry about him harassing them with legal things.
Right.
But can he send anything legally, being that he's here illegally?
Let me Google that.
I'm not an immigration attorney.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if he has an attorney, he could send whatever
But
he
I would
wants.
think everything he sends is null and void.
Yeah, but Bravo, I'm sure don't want to fight that.
Well, let's hope so.
I want to ask you about the Simone thing, because she said, I think she was, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, Lauren, she was saying that Phaedra left her show to come back with you.
Yeah, because they freaking fact. So it's like now the reunion of them as a friend. She was basically saying
Frack and Over There to Check was whack. Like,
okay,
Housewives
so that's what happened.
Very well.
Because I was going to ask you that, because Phaedra comes in later in the season. I'm like, was that switch because what? Did you need the friend, or like it's the money thing?
Phaedra. We always need Phaedra. I don't give a damn. We always need the legends of Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's just certain situations to where we can't have some of them back. But if there was where there's a will, there's a way. I wanted to have Phaedra back. The cast wanted Phaedra back, and Bravo wanted her back in her home on Housewives.
So what's Phaedra's Bravo this check over here on Housewives looking like? Because she left the whole other show.
Well, she done made that check and cashed it already. You can worry about the check you done already cashed?
No.
She done cashed that check. She coming to get this check.
Heard you.
Damn.
That answered your question?
Checks everywhere.
You said they what?
Checks are everywhere.
Checks everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Now, how tight are you and Drew?
Drew, you know what, Drew? It's some people you just realize, okay, you just a little.
Is she still an ambassador of Go Naked Hair?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Go Naked Hair is Porsha's hair brand.
I can't put my hair on people's head and then they think they're me. Like, that's what I can't do. Like, that's what we not gonna do. You don't become Porsha by wearing Porsha's hair. You need to just enjoy my hair, take it out when it's dirty, and put it back in when it's clean. You know, like you can't just like all that. She's an okay person, I think, for a lot of her friends. I think they love her. I think they trust her. I think if you're not her friend, you shouldn't trust her and you shouldn't be around her.
Okay, so with you saying you shouldn't trust her, you shouldn't be around her, and she is not wearing Go Naked Hair anymore, you were not at all, and I saw it kind of in the first episode, you're not happy about the allegations that she might be in a relationship or whatever with Dennis, your ex.
See, this is why I like Breakfast Club. You ask the questions that need to be answered, okay? So here's the thing. On the show, I don't know how it's going to come off again, because the show has to sensationalize things, right? So how good is it for me to be going through a divorce and I'm still jealous about my baby daddy? That's BS, right? So in real life, she actually was trying to film with him behind my back. And when
He's a music producer, right? That's what it said on the show. He's a music producer, right?
When he start that portion?
He's whatever he say he is.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
he is. He is a serial entrepreneur and apparently a music producer.
Right?
Okay.
But she was trying to film with him behind my back, and that's just not cool. Come on,
Wait,
we
filming him
Housewives.
on the show as a...
Film with him on Housewives, so it's just not cool, right? It felt like a setup for me in some way. And then also there was a Go Naked photo shoot she was trying to set up without me knowing anything about. I have to approve everything. Some of them fit, some it's not fitting for you.
Right.
So, or some of them looks may not be given the look. So I would like to, as the owner of the company, be a part of any of that. So when those two things were happening behind my back, on my business, with my business, on my show, yeah, I have a problem with you.
So you didn't know Drew was recording with Dennis. You didn't know anything. You didn't know that they were speaking. You didn't know that they were
In the club,
talking
holding
until that
hands,
first
allegedly.
episode.
Oh, the hands in the club.
That's what they said on the episode?
I didn't know any of that.
So you
No.
found out right there in that episode.
What's so funny, I saw the episode and she was like, she asked him and I said yes. And she talked to me and I said yes. And I'm like, that's just not true. Like, I genuinely didn't know. Look, at the end of the day, like I told Shamea, if Drew and Dennis want to get together, I just hope she can do baby hair for Pilar. Like, I'm happy with Drew. I think she's a great parent. I think if him and her were to get together and, you know, they can have a solid relationship, that's good too. Just don't screw me where you asked me to come back to be. She had been asking me to come back to Housewives. And when I came back, this is what you had waiting on me. This whack storyline that y'all came up with.
Oh, so I see what you're saying.
So if it was
now.
real, you wouldn't have a problem with it.
Of course not. I I've never listen, everybody knows Dennis and I have a great co-parenting relationship. And it is strictly because his personal life is his personal life and mine is mine.
So he didn't say nothing to you at all either. You found out on the show, so y'all didn't have no conversation.
No, he ain't gonna tell me because he can benefit off me finding out on the show.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah. That's what he wouldn't know.
I thought you and Dennis was homies though, to the point where like he would have called you like, "Yo, P, this is what's happening." Like y'all seem like y'all have that really like a friendship still. No,
not about his personal life.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
not about his personal life. Now I found he is the one who called and invited me to her birthday party. That's what I was like. That's a little peculiar. Like, why are you inviting me to her birthday party? You know, I called her and I was like, "Oh, I can't come." You know, I was like, "But Dennis invited me." She was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about Dennis. Yeah, we're working together." I was like, "Okay, like."
You still love Dennis?
Cool. Yes. Yeah. Not like, you know, please don't take that soundbite like that. I mean, yes, as in that's my daughter's father, and I want the absolute best for him.
But do you love him like still let him sweat on you type of way?
You should have said sling hot dogs. That's what you should
Sweat
have said.
on me. No. No. I can't even. And you know, this has been a period of time. I've been divorcing a year, you know, and a lot of people move fast, even in their divorce time. I just don't see him in that way. I just don't. And I think because of Pilar. You don't play with that. You know, I'm already going through a divorce, and she's already, you know, losing someone who she called a stepdad, papa, etc. I don't want to play with her seeing me and her father be in a relationship and then break up. Right. That's not responsible for me. So the love I have for her just causes me not even to be attracted to him in that way at all. Because I just don't. We have so many ups and downs. Our relationship can be toxic at times, and I just don't want to enter into that space with him.
You have a great relationship parenting. Co-parenting, you have a
we
great
have a good
relationship.
co-parenting. Well, I am single right now. So we're going to see how it works out when I get somebody.
Is that hard to find somebody though, Porsha, because you are so high profile?
For who, me?
Yeah, for you. Because you're high profile, you on TV, people may not want want their life involved in that.
True. So certain caliber of people. I do tend to attract a lot of opportunists. So yes, the people who probably are opportunists and who are in their own lane, doing their own thing, and don't want a part of anything I have going on, probably tend to skew away from trying to date me.
Right.
Which is the downside of being a reality star. But I just feel like at the end of the day right now, I can't even think about that. Like I can't even imagine me like being with someone else right now because I still have the energy of my husband around me.
Wow.
I do.
So when that's done, I think maybe the atmosphere will be like, her king is coming.
So do you have to get
not
a complete...
an African, huh?
Not an African king.
But wait,
You got an
You gotta get
African
a
man
complete
involved?
divorce?
I'm just playing. No, I love African men.
I was gonna
do.
say because you know
I was just with.
back in January.
I know,
there
girl.
was-
She got that talk. Girl, you know how to follow somebody, girl. You better follow me, girl.
Back in January, there was a video of you and the Nigerian guy. I don't know how you say his name. Farouk. So that's not Bay.
No.
Was it Bay then?
No, so the culture in Nigeria, you know, Nigeria is a great place. First of all, everybody should visit Nigeria. But when you are from outside of Nigeria and you come to Nigeria, it's best to have a host who is there, who knows everywhere you need to go. Buckhead cannot be safe sometimes. Places in Nigeria may not be as safe sometimes for women on their own. So when I took Phaedra, I had a host. He was our host. So yes, I knew at the end of the day when I saw it on vlogs, I was like, I can't help them thinking that because I am with him for breakfast. I'm going to be with him at dinners. We're going to go to lounges. We're at all the clubs because he is the person who is showing me around everywhere.
And it was a kiss on the cheek too.
He kissed all his friends on the cheek. He got a lot of friends he was kissing on cheek.
I'm just saying that's why the people was like, oh, this is her man.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not that young anymore. I can't really be the type of girl that see you with other women. Like once I lock on you, we're locked in. So, you know, he's still young and he's still doing his thing. He's one of the big guys out there, but I don't share.
It's interesting to see that narrative because I think at one point, especially when you first met Dennis on the show, they tried to make it seem like you were just like this careless, like dating whoever, whenever, whatever type of person. And it sounds like now you as a mom and you where you are now, it's like a lot more protective of your space, especially because of your kids. So I'm interested to see how that plays out on the show.
You know, it's unfortunate. We want women to be soft. We want women to be open to love. We want women to love and give men a chance. But the women who do that, we get beat on.
They drag you.
Yeah, you know. know, everybody's upset with like a J-Lo or Kim Kardashian or Elizabeth Taylor, but we want men who treat us well. We want men who are going to love us and who we believe we can love back. But why aren't we empowered to be able to walk away if it's not right?
Right.
So wouldn't that mean I would be dating or be with multiple people
100%.
over my life? So, it's rough as a woman out here. You just have to have thick skin and trust yourself and make good decisions. If I was dating somebody and that was my guy, trust me, everybody knows I will claim him, post him, and all of that. Make you sick about it.
But every relationship don't have to be public either, though.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But, I don't know. I guess it's the Cancer in me or the Nigerian in me. Like, I'm loud with it. Like, if I love you, I want everybody to know, So I'm really going to have to talk to my therapist because I think my next one should be quiet.
You said something that was interesting. You said that you can't get the energy of Simon off you. What makes you get the energy of a person off you? Like, Lauren got sage. Your sister got the sage.
She could, but this divorce, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take time. To the public, our relationship was so sensationalized that I don't think they saw it as a real relationship. But I genuinely did love my husband, and I had all kind of plans. If you have ever been married or in a long-term relationship, everything you do, you're considering that person. They're a part of it. Yeah. So everything I'm still doing, I'm having to piece him out of it, and I'm still in our home. I would like to redecorate or do whatever, but I got to still wait to see what's going to happen with that. He and I, what? Stop talking about Simon. This is not true. You wrote this. Is this true?
What you mean? I don't know.
Is this real?
We don't even know what it is.
I don't know. They just handed me that.
What does it say?
This can't be real.
They just handed me that. I have no idea.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, Lauren, look at that.
What is happening?
You need to call. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just playing. I made that up.
What happened? What did it say? Y'all scared me. I thought somebody died. Damn. No, I really don't know.
What does it say now? What does it say? Read that. Read that.
I was gonna let it go. I was gonna let it go till you said you were gonna call.
Porsha.
So let me tell you what the letter said.
I was scared too. I thought somebody died. I really didn't know what just happened.
So here's the letter. So what Charlamagne put together. And let me tell you, before the interview, he didn't tell none of us, right?
I thought it was something with me.
We just seen him laughing and giggling, so we knew he was up to something. But he even planned it because he had somebody walk it in. The letter says to Porsha. Yo, what's wrong with you, man?
Shaking right now. That is not funny.
It's not funny.
You want to throw boiled egg at him? I kept it just in case because I thought he was going to do something to me. I knew he was planning something.
What is this boiled egg for?
I was going to throw it at him.
Throw it at him.
You play too much, man.
Throw it. Matter of fact, slice it in half and throw both halves.
You play too much. This guy's crazy.
You play too much. You play too much.
Don't throw that egg.
It's going to mess up.
Woo. You should see your face. You look like you about to. You got scared for a hot second.
Because I don't know. This, people online, of course, they're making jokes like, she called or whatever. This is like a person who I have shared a life with. Yeah. I don't want nothing to happen to him. I don't even want him deported, like, at the end of the day. That shit scared me. I was like...
Mr. Mental Health just threw you off, huh?
What you mean?
Right.
But you looked at me like, do you know what I'm I don't know what's going on.
Disrupting my peace.
I really thought something happened to somebody because you looked like you were about to cry.
Yeah.
All right, woosah. Back to the show.
Back to the show.
There was a lot of men that were happy that happened to him, though.
They were?
Yes. Because of how do you feel about you?
Because they want to holler.
Well, and that's the scary part about being online, like going in on a personality that people actually like. You don't know who could have done anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just don't know. But honestly, I don't think anybody did anything to him. I think that sometimes actions just kind of end up where it is.
Were you upset that he didn't tell you that he was facing all of this? Or that he'd been dealing with this for years?
I mean, I filed for divorce.
Yeah.
I just feel like in any relationship, especially mine, I thought we had the best communication. Mm-hmm. Like, I was so proud of how we communicated. Like, that's a part of what made me trust him. I have been harmed by men in my past, and in many ways. And so it's hard for me to trust. It's hard for me to, like, truly love. And so people will look at him and look at me and be like, I don't understand the correlation. It must be the money. How? I already had a lot of the stuff that I have now then anyway. It was meeting someone who really saw you for you, who you can talk to, who was a man of their word. He always did things that I felt made him trustworthy for me. If somebody says something and they do it, say it, do it, say it, do it. Why would I think? I would have never believed any of this stuff. Like, I stood 10 toes down to the very, very end. But, you know, I worked very hard in my life for what I have. I worked to protect my daughter's future, her financial future, her emotional future, everything. And at the time, I needed to do that in order to protect that.
Gotcha.
Not saying it couldn't have been turned around if we had better communication, but at that time, I had to do it. I had to stand on it.
If he would have told you what the situation was, you would have.
I begged to tell me.
Wow.
I literally begged.
When did you find out? What was the timeline?
My sister's sitting right here. She knows nothing could have made me leave Simon. He was my person, and he probably is. He's just not honest enough to stand next to me.
He probably was
I can
scared
love
to tell
him
you
from
because he
afar.
thought you was going to leave.
Yeah, I can love him from afar.
Did y'all have the conversation why he didn't say?
Yeah.
Well, if you're the type of person, I mean, if you're not telling even yourself the truth, how you gonna tell me?
Right.
What was the timeline? You said you begged. So, like, how many, before you filed for divorce, how long was it that you were, like, trying to have these conversations, trying to get out of them, trying to just be like, yo, I want to know what's happening. Like, I want to save this. I want to figure it out.
Well, it was an accumulation of things. It wasn't just, I found out that you could be deported. Because at the end of the day, I was telling my people, I can take the kids wherever he is. Like, I'm a ride or die. I can take them wherever you are. I love to travel anyway. We love to travel. It's not necessary for him to be here.
Right.
And honestly, I thought we had enough money where we could live in Dubai. We could live wherever. So being deported wasn't the deal breaker. It was the other things about his past that I didn't know about. It was things I was beginning to be involved in that could have had me
In trouble.
clank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just felt like this is something I need to do until maybe this will trigger you. Sometimes women or men will file for divorce to trigger the truth out of their spouse because for whatever reason, they don't think they can tell them.
Right.
But you almost want to say, well, you'll lose me if you don't. You'll lose me if you don't tell me. And in this case, it still wasn't enough.
Wow.
Oh, so when you first initially filed for divorce, you just wanted him to tell you the truth.
I just wanted the truth.
Wow.
I wanted to know what was happening. You can figure out, from my first marriage, I learned that a partnership is something that you can take for life. You know that with your wife and with your wife. If you have a partner standing next to you, you can fight and deal with anything. Forget love, just the fact that both of you guys are in the midst of it together. But as soon as I realized in my first marriage that I was not a partner, I was underneath. I was with someone who wasn't going to be everything I needed them to be as a partner or see me as a partner. I knew that in this relationship I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
I would never have gotten married again if I thought him and I were not best friends, side by side partners. I honestly wish in a different realm I could be sitting here fighting for him as opposed to fighting him. You know, a divorce is like a death in the family. And for me, who wants to experience that?
But now I want to go Kenya more. The fact that she was taken off the show. What are your thoughts on that whole incident that happened?
On the whole incident that happened, I think it just went too far. I feel like Kenya came back this season and she definitely, well, not even this season, because I don't know what she was doing the past 3 because I didn't see it.
Right.
But the Kenya that I saw this season was not wanting beef and drama too much. She really wasn't on too much of that. Like, you can even see that in the first episode. She really kind of chilled with it. Not her normal self. And I just feel like mixed with the newbie and some things that were said that were dangerous from the newbie, I felt like Kenya then decided to be even more dangerous. And but I do feel like there's a space where there could be a conversation with her and Bravo. I feel like there could be a conversation with her and Britt, and hopefully they can figure something out by next season.
What happened on when y'all shot the Upshaws? Because we had Nene up here,
Yeah.
and she said you blocked her from being on the Upshaws.
No, she did it. She did the show.
But you wouldn't do it with her.
So no, it's not that I wouldn't do it with her. So I signed on to do the Upshaws, and I had just filed, I think, could have even been a week and a half prior. So you know how you sign up. So mind y'all, when I filed for divorce, I did not know I was filing for divorce. I was happily in love with my husband. Like, we were good. Valentine's Day, we had a horrible argument. Things got really nasty, and I knew something was about to hit the fan.
Right.
But I did not know. So when it happened, I had already signed up to do the show. And I really couldn't cancel at that point. So when I got there, I just was sitting in the green room or the waiting area, and I just like start breaking down.
Oh man.
I just start breaking down. And then then she was in the room next to me, and just hearing her voice broke me down because I just felt when you're going through divorce, you just feel so alone. And here I am, Jess Hilarious, coming out of my room. I mean, I could barely put on makeup. And now here I am on a set with strangers. I don't have anybody. Just hearing her voice, it was just too familiar. And, I had not talked to her. I didn't know how I could face her. I didn't know how I could face anybody. So it genuinely wasn't me saying, no, I don't work with this person or that person, whomever, because I agreed to it. I just wasn't capable of doing it that day.
Mm-hmm. Mentally and emotionally. I could not gather myself at all. So when I spoke to them, they were like, I understand you're not going to be able to act as a housewife today. They ended up letting me go home, and then they said, we'll fill in your spot with Cynthia. And then after that, in true Nene fashion, she just turned it into something about herself. Mm-hmm. And it genuinely wasn't about her. It was about me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, her actions of like taking Simon's side and hanging out with him, with women or whatever they were doing, it just really was null and void to me. I just would have wanted a friend. So for her to turn it and make it like I tried to block her money or whatever, me block Nene's money, how? Like, Nene's a star. I can't block your money, just like nobody can block mine. I don't give a damn who you are. So to me, it's just unfortunate. I'm too grown. I'm sure y'all can see I'm a different Porsha. Mm-hmm. If I was another Porsha, I'd be reading her and her wig or whatever, but I don't feel that way. Like, I feel like we grown people. Girl, you know how it is to go through a divorce. You know exactly what emotions I could have been feeling. Mm-hmm. So all the extraness is just not needed. I only want real. Well, she said that Porsha wasn't here for her, right? Porsha wasn't there for her when she was grieving.
That's not true. I was out of town and flew in for her husband's funeral. Mm-hmm. No, I'm there for my friends. I don't think she said that. And if she said that, I think she would retract that because that's just not true. I'm always there for her. Maybe even more than she was there for me. I didn't get a phone call from her when she saw on the news about my divorce. She was with him, which is fine because in a divorce, you're going to pick a side. We had a lot of friends as a couple. I'm an introvert, but as a couple, we were extroverts. Mm-hmm. We were out there. We had, we would hang out with couples and travel with couples. But, and so then when it breaks up, I can't judge if she wanted to go over there. Who knows? She may think he right and I'm wrong. Mm. It is what it is.
How was your relationship? I know Shamea is your best friend, but how was that dynamic, right? Because, I seen on the show, she was like your ex or your ex-husband, I should say, texts her. How is it that it still stays in the system? That gotta be a problem.
I don't know where that text came from to her or her calling him bro. I don't know. But at that time of going through a divorce, I don't even have the mind space to think about it. Like, you really think I'm going to go home and think about, why was he texting her and congratulating her and she called him bro? Like, no. You are literally just walking through life. Like, you are getting up, going through your day. And honestly, a part of the show is work, y'all. Like, it's work. So I'm clocked in. I'm not sitting there, thinking she's trying to do anything to me, thinking anything behind any of it.
No, I don't think she was trying to do it. It just got to be a constant reminder. Like, I'm trying to get my own space. Like, leave that on the other side,
But I'm on a show that's about my life. So I am expecting them to talk about it. I am expecting them to ask me about my divorce and him. And I am expecting that. So that was totally fine.
Are y'all, like, at this point, are you and Shamea as close as we've always known y'all to be? Because the first episode kind of gives that, Shamea is now coming into herself on the show. And there might be a little bit of tension because of that. There was a moment where she's like, okay, like, this is my new car, girl. Get to the left. It's not about you right now.
Yeah.
And that was a little weird. I was like, ooh, I ain't never really seen that from Shamea and Porsha.
Yeah, it was weird. But also, it's the whole environment. I mean, in true housewife fashion, who doesn't love to talk crap about the person who's late and make them look bad or whatever? No one knew the reason why I was really late. I mean, I didn't get to tell her till we were in the closet while I was late. And at the end of the day, I did walk up while she was enjoying her car. But in my brain, as my best friend, I'm like, oh, we both about to twerk on the car. Like, bitch, you finally did it. Like, you got that Rolls Royce. Like, so I thought, you know how you go to a party and you're like, I don't want to miss them getting a birthday song. I don't want to miss them cutting the cake.
Yeah.
So the production was trying to tell me, Porsha, hold on, don't walk up to her while she's doing. I said, no. I want to miss her getting her car.
Yeah.
But I can see how it came off like, of course, the other girl, she's walking in her moment. Walking in her moment, that's my friend. Like, I root for her regardless. I mean, when I didn't have or when she didn't have whatever, like, I want the best for her. I'm happy for everything that she has.
So now that you guys have gone through the season or whatever, is the relationship still the same though? Because it's just a very, like, what conversations do y'all have after a moment like that? Because I've never seen that dynamic.
Well, you have to understand, like I just said, I was oblivious to how the narrative was being painted.
Oh, so that's a conversation happening right now, probably.
I knew I was late,
Wow.
but I knew I was late because I filmed in Duluth.
Yeah.
And there was a camera crew with me. It wasn't like I was just somewhere lollygagging. I was working. And I knew that when I got there, I didn't want to miss her big moment because I got there just in time. So I didn't understand that. I now see the narrative of, oh, Porsha being late trying to steal her moment. Why on earth would I bring my friend to the show or encourage the show to bring her in this moment as the main character and not be happy for her?
I think the show's trying to pitch y'all against each other.
Yeah, that's what it's given. That well, that is definitely a storyline.
We're gonna see what it gives, but
even with Kelly, that's the name, Kelly. When
Kelly.
Kelly was made that
Kelly
funny
made the
remark
comment.
in front. Like I feel like they're trying to pitch y'all against each other.
You can't let them make you the punching bag all season.
Yeah, but she's the girl. This like that. It's her season. So that's what it comes with.
And not even just I'm that girl or a queen of the show or whatever. I like those accolades. But no, it's...
You get 2 peaches?
I get 2 peaches. I'm standing up in the middle like this. No, but it's like I feel like at the end of the day, I'm a vet. You're going to have to come at the top dog. I mean, I'm sure they're going to come at Kenya just like they did. They're going to come at Phaedra. You got to come at the OGs. It is what it is. It's just the name of the game.
Right.
It's just I feel like in TV, it's hard because you have your reality of what's happening real time, then you film it, and then you probably get over it, and then you watch it again.
Right.
And some things could be hurtful. The editing could be hurtful. Things could look dismissive. Things can look like what it's not really is.
Right.
So
have you had to call her and do what you just did and be like, yo, taking accountability, I didn't even know it could come off that way. I apologize if it did. Like, are y'all doing that at this point? Because you're watching it back
genuinely, it wasn't that big of a deal to she or I.
Got you.
It really wasn't. Maybe it was by the time she got to her confessional and they started asking her them probing questions.
Right.
But at the time, there was no feeling, no bad vibe about me being late. This is my friend. She knows exactly where I'm filming at. She know I can't film in my crib. You know, she know what's being blocked over here. I'm just happy that they still filming my ass at the end of the day. Because how you filming a housewife without a house? So I'm just thankful and grateful to Bravo and to all the other girls for stepping up. I'm glad that her moment was so huge. I love that the way they showed it, they really showcased her. I love that. Because on an ensemble cast, the worst thing is to be just the main character on your own.
Right.
You want everybody to hold their own weight. And I feel like she carries her own weight. Kelly does. Britt does. All the girls do. So please, shine.
Do you watch every episode? Do you watch the episodes or you just
So I have to. But
Why?
this season I probably won't watch all of them because a lot is some darker moments.
Yeah, I was
going to
ask.
It's a little bit difficult.
You said you have to?
We used to when we did blogs, right? But now, unless I'm doing press, and if I know it's a light episode, I'll watch it. But I really don't want to see myself with the flashbacks and the tears and some of the things I've already healed from.
Gotcha.
You know, you said you like seeing the OGs on the show. Would you welcome Nene back?
Yes, yes, I would welcome her back. I mean, it ain't gonna look like I'm welcoming her back. Let me get that straight. We gonna have a time in the beginning, but I'm for what's good for the show. But I just feel like realistically, as much as we all love Nene and miss Nene, realistically, you just can't sue a network. You cannot say things about Andy Cohen that are that damaging and expect that bridge to still be standing. So unfortunately, I just don't know if she can cross that and come back.
I just have one question. When did Porsha's confidence change? What was that moment, right? Because when we first seen you on the show, your confidence level wasn't as high as it is now. You weren't as comfortable in your skin. You wasn't ready to clap back. And then there was a change where it was like Porsha didn't change and it's like middle finger to everybody.
Right.
When did that happen?
I think that happened when I gave birth to a human, you know, and I had to be someone that she can look up to. I could not be weak. when you become a mother, you have this natural instinct to be protective. Your heart is outside of your body. Most delicate thing that could kill you is right there that you have to protect.
That's
so
right.
if you protect your child, you now know I got to protect me. So I'm super protective of me for Pilar. So when I say it comes to my mental health, like you talk about all the time, I put me first. I love my daughter. I love my family. And when I was married, I love my husband. But I put me first. I put my mentality first. And I protect my peace, my energy first. Because if I'm good and I'm making sure I have the right synergy around me, the right atmosphere, the right people around me, then I know my daughter's going to be good. My whole life is for Pilar. So what you see now is just me growing the fuck up. I'm 44 years old at this point.
Capital P.
Capital P. And I make my own money. And I finally, as a people person, decided to celebrate myself. Like, even in my downtimes, I still try to think about what I have accomplished. A lot of times as a reality star, we get talked about, oh, she's just a reality star. She ain't got no talent. She whatever. I'm a multitude of things. I have done a lot of things in my life to arrive where I am and have the status that I have. So I now can accept it for me. So that's pretty much where the confidence comes from.
I got one more show question because I know you also are acting too. You got a Lifetime situation we want to talk about. But Kenya. So I know she's not going to finish out the season because of what happened with her and Brittany. But they were saying that she could come back potentially season 17.
Who said that?
I thought that she was only suspended for the rest of 16.
No, I be saying that in real life.
I thought she was only suspended for season 16 and could potentially come back for 17, no?
I would hope that's true. I just can't see I'm in 100% agreement with her not being here. I would love for her to be at the reunion. I'm for what's best for the show. And I loved where Kenya was going. She's not that happy with me right now, you know, but that's okay. I've always been that type. I don't give a damn how you feel about me. If I'm always going to speak the truth. So, you know, I feel like at this moment, no matter what, I feel like it would be good for Kenya to be at the reunion. And I feel like she is very articulate. And she can speak to Britt, and she can speak to the cast, and she can speak to the fans, and she can find her way back next season. So I think that that could be a true statement.
I should not happy with you right now. I thought y'all were doing better this season.
She didn't like when I said that, when I compared her to Britt, and I said they were similar, and I said they were similar, but I meant because they're both fabulous. They're both, to me, speak their mind. Like, you know, when you don't like somebody, you don't want to be compared to them. So
Right. Got you.
But whatever, girl. I got to talk about you. You a part of the show. Don't you want to be talked about?
It's kind of crazy though. I didn't even think about the reunion, like the fact that she won't even be on the
Who
reunion.
says that? It's possible. I'm still hopeful. She's still a big part of the show. She's not the show. She didn't make or break the season, but Kenya is a person who I've been doing this with for a very long time. And for once, we were possibly about to have a season of not being foes. You know what I'm saying? Phaedra, I have to say, when Phaedra came in, she helped to elevate the show as well and keep us where we needed to be because everybody been wanting to see her. She's been gone the whole time Candy been gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's people wanted her back.
And Candy has been really upset about how Kenya has been treated by the network. She's been very vocal about that. And then Phaedra coming back, I don't know if Candy's too excited about that as well too, but do you feel like the network protects you guys the way that they should? Because that's what Candy's saying. It's like the network didn't protect one of their stars, which is Candy.
I still work for the network, so I don't share certain sentiments. Okay. Let's be clear. All right. I'm saying that I think Kenya deserves an opportunity, and an opportunity can be given to anyone. You can always say no. She can say whatever she wants to say to Britt, the cast, the crew, and whoever, and they can say no, but I believe she deserves that opportunity. I ain't say a damn thing about the network. Love the network.
Talk about all this money you getting. Pampered by Porsha.
Lifetime series.
Go Naked Hair. What is it? The Lifetime movie?
Yeah, it's Detective Ebony Williams in the upcoming Lifetime movie, Single Black Female 3, the final chapter.
Yes, that was big for me. I always want to be in a Lifetime movie. I am obsessed with Lifetime, and I am amongst the cast of great women they had 2 other movies. This is the 3rd installment, the last one. And I played a detective. I look totally different in this movie. I even stopped doing Botox for this movie. I did. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing any Botox. I want my whole face to move.
How does that gotta look at the trailer?
Oh, it's frozen right now. I hope so.
No, but in the trailer, no, you look good. Like, but in the trailer, because I know when you start doing Botox,
lines in there, and I'm
weird.
proud of every freaking line. I got lines on my forehead. I got crow's feet. I got all of it because my role is so different from who I am. Like,
Right.
I'm an alcoholic. I'm a bit of a stalker. Like, I ain't gonna say what else I've done in a movie, but I think it's gonna be a good look for me in the acting world because it's totally different from me playing myself and a lot of other things that I've done before.
You turned down a lot of acting roles too, though, right?
Yes, I have because I also have, well, what am I? My mom told me not to claim that no more. But I'm one of those people who start something and I don't finish it a lot of times. So I'll like hyper focus on something and then all of a sudden I'll hyper focus on something else. So at a certain point in my life, I was really hyper focused on acting. I was going on stage plays with Vivica Fox, going on tour. I've done movies. I've done a lot of voiceovers. And then I was like, oh, I just want to concentrate on Go Naked Hair and Pampered. I don't want to do anything outside. I'm a businesswoman. And now I'm like, you know what? It's time to pivot back into that because I can naturally do it. Like, I'm the type, I have a photographic memory. I can literally read the script that night and it'll be in my mind the next day and print it.
I got one last question. Will a Nigerian man get another shot, or do you feel like the stereotype is true and all of them are scammers now? So you just done?
Well, I am Nigerian. So, and I don't know what you mean by all of them are scammers. I mean, we live in the United States,
Well,
which is the
stereotype.
biggest scam. I mean, our entire government is scam and a fraud and taking advantage of people. So I feel like when it comes to Nigerians, of course I would date another one. I would marry another one. I want to love and marry who is going to be honest and love me. I'm not ready to get married. I'm not rushing into none of that. Unless.
I was about to say, you say that now, girl.
Unless.
See, by the end of the season, we'd be like, oh, Porsha got a new ring.
I know.
And it'd be
You would
big.
get married again?
I would.
Right.
I would get married again. Why?
Of course.
So just because of him, I can't get married again? I can't enjoy the comfort and the security of being. I love being married.
Yeah.
I love being called somebody's wife. I love waking up every morning, sitting at your feet, asking you what you need me to do. Like, I just love that. That's in me. I'm a Southern girl. And I think that's probably why Nigerian men and like men of wealth like me, because I am very submissive and I'm very loving and I'm very, even though I'm all that I am, boss bitch, I can shift that a bit for my man.
Do they have to have wealth?
I was thinking about that. And I think if I didn't have a daughter, they don't have to have wealth. They do have to have self. So you need to be self-sufficient. You need to have your own business about yourself. And you need to be able to come in here if I get pregnant and provide for our child. So no, I don't want no completely man who's building from scratch. But no, he doesn't have to be wealthy. What is wealth? Are any of these men really wealthy? Is any of the money really real? Like, we don't really know.
Are you going to do like a
I
background
know one
check?
thing about it. I am a wealthy woman. I am probably a rich man. All my shit is
You're
legit.
probably a rich man.
I am. Like, all my stuff is legit. You can check my bank accounts. It is what it is. You can see where it came from. My taxes. Not a man. I gave birth. Hold on.
You said it. That's
said
what I'm
it.
like,
I know
huh?
what
You
I'm
said
saying,
it.
though.
You just shattered a lot of dreams
I'm
just now,
saying,
boy.
I ain't gotta look for a rich man.
You the
I'm the
boss.
rich man.
Yeah.
I'm what I'm looking for. It's just in a male version.
Got you.
So, but I like this new conversation of like Dolly Parton, R.I.P. to her
Yeah, her
husband who
husband just died,
just
60
recently
years,
died.
yeah.
But I liked her relationship. Like, they were separated a lot of the time. It's in space physically, but they kept their relationship strong. Like, I don't feel like I have to live with my husband.
Shirley Ralph does that too.
Yeah, Shirley Brown. And I loved when she told us that. I don't think it has to be traditional. I feel like my next relationship will not be traditional.
So you mean
I
you
wonder
don't
what that means in the
It'll
between
be
time.
a little bit open.
So okay.
Oh, you would do an open relationship? Really?
Not with another female.
So you could go and have another man, but he can't have another woman?
I haven't found one who's going to allow that yet. If you know one, let me know. But no, they don't allow that. They don't allow that. I just mean as far as like your tradition of him having to be in the house.
Got you.
I honestly could be in the house with just my baby and be good, and then we come and visit my husband.
So you need a break sometimes. You just want to break sometimes.
Yeah, and like I always used to kind of tease with even my husband. I'd be like, we could have separate bedrooms. Like, why not? Why not have separate? Just think about it. Why not have separate living spaces? And then when you want to meet in the middle, you meet in the middle. And if you don't, you can comfortably go in your room, pass gas, sleep, not wash your makeup. Like,
I think if you
Yeah,
feel
that's
that
why
way,
you
I don't
need
think
a
that's
wealthy
marriage.
man.
You have
I don't-
enough
yeah.
houses, though. I mean, you have enough rooms in your
Exactly.
house to be able to do that. So why y'all didn't just do it?
because I also like to be under people.
That's
too.
why I'm so confused,
Oh,
because I
Porsha.
watching you.
I
I know.
Confused.
Yo,
I'm
Porsha is so like
confused.
my man. So I'm sitting here like,
I
girl,
am.
what?
I
In
think
what
I was
world?
talking about more so when we got old. Well, he already was old. I was about to say when we got older, he already was old. But
Porsha don't know what she wants.
Porsha just want love.
Fine.
Yeah,
I could be with a husband and him not live in my house. I think that's possible. Maybe I'm just talking about a businessman who travels a whole lot and leaves me to my space. No, I'm not gonna tell him he can have a girlfriend. But do I got eyes on every single thing? No.
Yeah. So cheating don't get caught, basically, what you would say.
No, because then that's also saying it's okay to cheat. So I'm not going to say it's okay for anybody to cheat. I would love sexually. Let me tell you this right now. And being a woman who's about to be super single after this divorce, I am not about having sex with a lot of people, and no one should. I am a big advocate for women. Pick your one person, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, whether you have a relationship with him or not, situationship, whatever, pick your one sexual partner, get tested, make sure you know what he's doing. Make sure his health is important to him. Mm-hmm. Not just that he going to get tested for you to see, that he wants to make sure that his body is healthy and that he also has integrity with who he spreads his penis with. If you meet someone like that, stick with them and then just date everybody else.
But the issue comes in, because I be there too, but then you stick with that one person and you be trying to date the other people, and then it's like now in this person you develop the feelings and you comparing to other people.
No, y'all have to be scared together. Meet you somebody who's scared together. I am actually scared of these streets. I am not looking forward to being single out here and being tested in
especially
these streets.
health-wise.
Health-wise. I mean, Atlanta is number 3 in the AIDS department. And who knows what other diseases is out there that we all, the people got out there, the other people got. But no, I think sexually have one partner and get tested with that partner. That's it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're saying, but you have to tell the other people that you're dating that they not getting no sex.
Oh, no, you don't gotta they know they ain't getting no sex.
How they know that?
It's certain
What
things
you mean they not getting sex?
You think they dating y'all just because they want to date y'all? Or you think y'all just got
but
that
you
good of a
know
conversation?
when you have the sex or not.
No, baby, people do date us just to date us. People do take us
what y'all
out just
think?
to be in our presence. People
Bless
do
your
take
heart.
us on trips.
Stop
just
pointing
to
her.
be with us.
Stop pointing her.
Freaking gorgeous.
Stop pointing her.
They be hating. But what they don't,
Wow.
they be hating. But what they don't, what y'all men don't like to understand, and I think y'all get it, but y'all overlook it because you want to feel good about your own selves, and that's your own thing. We do compartmentalize y'all. Like, we have people we call, hey, I just want to go out and eat and have a good time. Hey, travel buddy. But you still not. I have friends that travel with men that don't have sex with them. And men
Who
pay
are
for
these gay
it.
men? And why are they not stylists?
No. Hold on. We did not say that the intention of sex isn't there for him.
Exactly.
We're not saying
But
that he doesn't want the
There
sex.
you go.
But
You
there
control
are men who are in a space to take care of a woman and make sure she's good and not require sex.
And when you a breath of fresh air, they just
we'll
want
see
that
how long
sometimes.
it lasts. It may last for, it's a good time, not a long time. So maybe like a little 1-year relationship.
Yeah, because
But
the guy's
after that,
about
he's gone.
89. He just looking for company.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. That's what y'all describing.
What's the
The
oldest
next
you would
man
do?
I'm with, I really want to be attracted to him. Like, I really want to be I want to be really attracted to him.
Man, stay in
I'm
custody, Simon. Just stay in
I'm
custody.
tired of going by principle. I'm
listen,
tired of just going by what I need. I want to see what I
today?
need. I want you to
What
look
was I
like what I
saying
need.
today?
What time?
This morning when I was saying, like, I feel bad feeling like, no, from everything from your look to how you dress it, I want to be like, oh my God, about my next
what
person.
did I tell you?
I want to,
He told me to-
kind you just lay there and you just want to kiss them.
Yo, you could just
want to
like,
I want to look at your
why
face. I
is
want to
Lauren
eat your
here
face
talking like
off.
she got
yes,
options?
That's what we want.
What did I tell you this
He
morning?
told me you gotta basically pick and choose. So like, if he can't dress, just dress him up. And I'm like,
No, that's true.
See?
Dress him up, but hold on. Don't dress him up till you marry him.
You want your wife to be like, that ain't it, boo.
Yeah,
Put something
and
else
put a
on.
filter on
But
him
don't you
too.
agree that
Dress him up, put a filter on him, do all of that, and then when you leave him, take it all back.
Jesus Christ. Porsha, ladies and gentlemen. Real Housewives of Atlanta comes on this Sunday,
You were
8, 7
everything I thought you
Central
were
on
gonna be.
Bravo and Peacock. And we appreciate you for stopping through.
Yes,
Thank
capital
you.
P.
this is great.
Porsha Williams, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.